Hello everyone, welcome back to another dark and darker video. Today I'm going to show you how to make lots of gold as a free-to-play. That way you can buy really strong setups off the market still. Now the reason why it's different for free-to-play is you can't sell stuff on the market. Real quick, I'm going to show you guys over here at my Squire. This is my base here. I highly recommend it. It's a fairly good setup. If you are a little bit further quested on your fighter, you're going to want some gloves, maybe some loose trousers, that sort of thing. But this setup works fine. And then for perks and skills, I have Weapon Mastery on first, and then I have Swift on second. And Swift is just very, very good. Okay, and what we're going to do is queue solos, Forgotten Castle, normal. Okay, and we're in. So the reason why we are playing Forgotten Castle, otherwise known as Crypts, is because there is Inferno if we need to go down there, and we'll just go ahead and we'll kill this axe skeleton. It's kind of a narrow hallway, so we don't particularly like fighting him here. And that's how you dodge those guys, by the way. You crouch, look down, and circle around them to the right or to the left. We don't want to put on this Hound Skull here, but we will go ahead and take it, just in case we need to make an early escape. And intact skull doesn't really do us any good. That is an arming sword upgrade right off the bat. We don't want the plate boots either. And generally, you want to put a heavier focus on regular items over treasures, but when you are a free-to-play player trying to farm gold, don't do that. You want to put all your emphasis on treasures. Wow, I'm not used to the arming sword anymore. Okay, and that guy's down. We get another arming sword. I'm going to grab that because that's something I would end up using, and that's another aspect of this. You do still want to grab gear items that you would end up using, but otherwise, not so much. Also, always make certain you have a bow equipped in your Squire as fighter because it highly, highly changes the gameplay. Takes a lot of shots, though, to kill that wizard right there, that skeleton mage. We'll go ahead and we'll check him, get our arrows back, and we get some gold coins. That is definitely something we want to grab. If we could fill our whole inventory with gold coins, that would be ideal. We can grab that ancient scroll there. That is sellable. Ancient scrolls are not worth as much per slot, though, as the tiny little items are. So we are going to go into this room to the north then, and that room generally has a lot of little one-slot treasures, which is what we want. And what we also want to be doing is breaking pots and anything we can like that. Those are some higher tier boots, but we kind of just want movement speed. Movement speed's very important. I highly recommend you guys keep your movement speed high. I think that's still lower movement speed than what I've got on. Yeah, move speed 6 on these guys. Yeah, and make certain you grab all the bangles off of the shelves. And so we want to look all around here and grab every last bangle. We're going to break this as well. And you can see why. Not for the throwing knife so much, but for the bangle. And just so you know, you can break the praying skeletons. If you hit them right, that is. And we get some gold coins. That's great. Looks like another player has been through here already. It's a little survival bow upgrade for us. That's always good. And just so you know, if you need more arrows and you find a bow upgrade, you can shoot your last bow out. And then it kind of has like a magazine in it of ammunition. And we'll lose 1 move speed for these guys. Generally, any gloves are an upgrade over no gloves, but those guys are kind of a side grade. And you do want to protect your movement speed, but I'm not going to be that picky about it. Oh, I think we got some different gloves here. Let's go with those instead. Nice. Okay. This guy probably came from the east, it's looking like. That's fun. He turned off the torches. want to grab this pearl necklace, and that lantern is also a good grab. It actually is fairly high value per slot. And we want to break all the pots as well because they give lots of gem items and treasures and all sorts of fun stuff. We'll loot the skeleton mage. He left an enchanted dark fabric behind. Enchanted dark fabric, just so you know, if you're a premium player, sells on the market for like 300 gold. And even if you're not a premium player, it is a very hard to find quest item because you need a whole bunch of them. And so why would they go ahead and leave that behind? I don't get it. Ring of quickness there, that's always nice. You always do want these upgrades as well because you never know when you're going to find like a ring of quickness with 1 true fizz and that can go just on your kit. You never know. Like that would be a fairly good ring then. And even just a regular ring of quickness is actually worth a lot of money on the market. So if you're going for like a cheaper kit, then it can save you some money on your kit. Plus, it doesn't take up any extra inventory space. It's just a straight upgrade. There's a Viking sword there, which would actually be worth grabbing if we were a premium player, just to go ahead and sell on the market. But we are not. We're playing as if we are a free-to-play today. Another praying skeleton here. Let's go ahead and ditch that. We want to put these guys on because they give us strength, which is more melee damage. Okay, it should spawn a skeleton here when I come past this way. Oh, I'm stuck. And this can also drop a little bangle there. And I do recommend you always keep your health topped up because that way, if you do get in a PvP encounter, you have a much higher chance to win. You can also say, but, you know, here's the thing. I save some gold that way if I leave the match without doing that. Dude, it's 6 gold a health pot, all right? Not a big deal. Okay, next area we want to go here is towards the east and down because there's more bangles that way. Looks like the door is open from that direction. That's where this guy came from in the first place, it seems. So there might not be as much treasure here as there normally would be, but we're not too worried about that. Green short sword. Mimics always scare me, man. Every last time. And they scare me especially bad whenever they happen with a lion's head chest. So much rarer to happen with those. Windlass crossbow. Tempting, tempting. Okay, you gotta keep an eye out for these guys on the walls over here as well, by the way. I just missed that horribly. Now this wraith is coming for me. We're good. We want to get right up high immediately. And this archer isn't coming towards me because he doesn't know how to path towards me. So we're able to just outrange him, and that's fine. Killing big mobs like this can give you some good items to sell as well. Generally, it's for gear items, though. Maybe you'll get lucky and find a good gear item for your character, though. Generally, I'd recommend only picking up the good gear items if they are for your character as a free-to-play player, or if they're for one of your buddy's characters, right? So, it's pretty trash. Sadly, that is picklock only on that one. Ornate chests give the same loot as, like, lion's head chests, basically, except they're smaller. These guys come with agility on them, which ups your movement speed, so I definitely want those. And we're going to grab this Shrine of Power, because why not? And now our goal is to pretty much just leave. It's that simple. So what you can do as well, if you're having a struggle finding a lot of one-slot items, is go down to Inferno, which I will say is a much, much harder method than most people are usually willing to go through. But it's honestly not that hard, guys. And I know I'm saying that as someone who does that like all the time. but normal Inferno is quite easy to learn. High Roller Inferno, on the other hand, not so much. I got hit by that. I'm not afraid to admit it. That was just a normal skeleton, and I got hit by it. Now, I'm also not certain that this item, because it's blue, might be worth more than a white lantern. I am going to drop one of those just so I can grab these gold coins. And you want to fill up every last one of your inventory spots while you're doing this stuff. Ooh, blue Lightfoot boots. We definitely want to grab those. We're going to drop some arrows because we don't need that many. And those blue Lightfoot boots, blue Lightfoots generally go for like 150 gold on the market. And I know we can't sell them, but they are worthwhile to grab just because, hey, I can put them on and it makes my kit a little bit stronger. Man, that's a lot of spiders. Even the white ones are not fun to deal with. We gotta kill this spider pot. We're getting some more bangles, and we're gonna come over here. Now, here's a fun little trick for you. Okay. I think the book is missing. So what I was going to say is anytime you see this bookshelf, there should be an interactable book on it, and they're all the same, but there's a bug that's been going on lately where they're not oftentimes there, and they will spawn in like the exact middle of the map floating, the interactable ones. I'm surprised I haven't fixed that yet. Another thing here, guys, if you have a bunch of low tier sellables in here, drop them and grab higher tier ones. And also, the higher the amount of slots they take up, the lower their worth per inventory spot. So you generally just want to break a whole bunch of other stuff. This time though, what we're just gonna do is we're just gonna leave. It is that simple. And basically all we're doing, you just fill your inventory with sellables. It's that simple. Yep, and there's those books. I'm glad this guy was here. You could see the books between the two chests there. That is what's going on. They have glitched out into the middle of the map. I'm surprised I knew exactly what that was, because what you can do generally is interact with the secret bookshelf thing there, and then what ends up happening is it opens up and there's a secret chest behind there. And the trick is, all of those look exactly the same. And so we just got 132 gold, and now we can also go ahead and put some of this in our stash. We're going to put it in our shared stash just because I don't particularly play on this fighter. We're gonna put these Lightfoots in here and this arming sword, and then what we'll do is we'll go ahead, we'll put the let's check what the enchanted dark fabric sells for to the collector. It's 12 gold. Definitely worth picking up. 15 gold. And then we are going to shove this in our shared stash as well, because it is a rare quest item and just quite a good find. All right, now what you do is I would actually recommend keeping the gear items on. You don't need to particularly sit in the under 25 gear score lobbies. This is going to put us in the under 125. And now we will run it back with Goblin Caves. And we are in. We're going to break ourselves out here. And our goal, once again, is just to loot as many treasures as possible. We got some green Lightfoot boots there. And especially if you find Lightfoot boots with additional move speed or move speed bonus on them, you really want to grab those. Pretty much any boots with additional move speed on, you want to grab. We're getting some gold off these guys. Now, I am not going to pretend like I know the Goblin Caves as well as I do the Crypts. Crypts is kind of my main map. But honestly, I would recommend for this just playing whatever map is your favorite. And everyone's got their own favorite. Mine is Crypts. That's my beloved. But I know a lot of people love the Goblin Caves. And we're not swapping to those pants even though they're green because they do lower our movement speed, so that's not actually helpful. We get an emerald out of there, that's kind of nice. Gem treasure item is worth 1 tier higher for the single slot item, so this would be worth like the same as a green bangle would. Another green arming sword, we're going to grab that just for future setups. Anything in here I need to know about? Doesn't look like it. I don't particularly want to play in the muck. Oh, hey, there's a player. It's the rogue who thinks he's super good. I think I hit him in the leg there. This guy thinks he is a pro gamer, though. And he went invis right around here. Let's go ahead and skedaddle. That's the annoying thing about chasing rogues, they can immediately just get mobs on you. I kind of wanted to loot this room because it has pretty decent loot, but we'll go into the next room. He is not worth chasing after if he's playing that way. Which, by the way, is how you should play as a rogue. You do not want to take direct encounters with anybody as a rogue. We're gonna go in this room to the north, get a little bit more distance on the rogue. Explosive bottles sell for a decent amount. They're not the best thing ever, and invis pots sell for something, although they're also not the best thing ever. Loot this goblin mage. Get a goblin ear. And of course we'll loot this large chest. Those champion armors looked really juicy to me because as a paid player you can sell those and people actually buy those for a decent amount. We'll just kill this mimic. No big deal. Now that is a green longbow. I am going to swap out my survival bow for that. It is lower move speed, but it's also a tier higher, and I do some more damage with it, so we'll give it a shot. That guy's probably worth putting on, even though it is a couple move speed less. How much does it put me down? I'm at 303. It's questionable. Where does this lever go to again? Loot this chest, get some loot out of it. A lot of items I can use in there, but of course I'm fighter, so I can use pretty much everything. Wow, I have never seen this room before. There's like all sorts of bones and stuff on the ground, but this is our sort of room that we want. I hit it on the ceiling there because I was trying to do the jump trick. That's no good. It seems like lots of gold coins off of these guys. Wow, now we get a green survival bow. I'm actually going to grab that for a future run. The longbow takes up more space in the inventory, so I'm going to keep that on. 2 additional weapon damage, green longbow. We're going to do that guy as well. And if it's an item that's actually useful to you guys, you want to grab it because it's going to cost you more money to go ahead and obtain that. Well, more overall time to go ahead and obtain that compared to a paid player. So if it's something that's actually useful to you, it's actually worth more to you than it would be to a paid player. Oh, and these are pretty good. They do come with agility on them, so... Huh. Yeah, those are actually like straight upgrades. We'll grab those, of course. Those Francisca axes also work as a thrown item, so you might want to grab those sometime, but they ain't it for me today. I'm not certain if you can break this one. Nah, I can't break that one, apparently. This one's got some reinforced gloves. And let's go loot like this chalice and all that. Running lower on healing pots, so we kind of want to use bandages. Bandages can only heal back up the red bar health, like the tinted health. So I generally don't end up using nearly as many of them as I do health pots. But you definitely want some bandages every single run, and we always want to take the Squire bandages. Looks like they didn't break all the pots over here, and didn't even take the pearl necklace. So we want to grab that stuff. Okay, now this is a high traffic area I'm entering into here with the skeleton champion, and that's because one of the bosses is beneath us. We got a gem bangle there. That's pretty cool. We don't particularly want to fight skeleton champion man over there. He has too much health. Man. More Francisca axes, which we don't particularly want. Oh, we're hearing a wizard. We're beating the shit out of this guy before you can realistically get away. You really don't want to get hit by a Bardiche, though. Like, don't fuck with that. There's another player behind me over here. That's the wizard. Got him. Okay, cool. Let's go kill this wizard now. That guy's playing stealth tactic crap. I don't like running into stealth tactic crap. That's falling for a trap. And yes, you can do PvP with this method. It's not actually a bad thing to do because oftentimes other players, especially if you can consistently beat them in a fight, oftentimes other players will go ahead and give you some free treasures. Like that guy did. I'm seeing this door is closed now. I'm wondering if he closed that door like as he died and I shot him, or did someone else snag my loot? What is going on here? We have another player coming up behind us. Let's go ahead and pop that. We hit him with a longbow shot there, so he's hurting. I don't think he wants any more of this. I am out of heals, though, so I definitely want to go back towards these bodies. There's another player. Oh, shithead. Jeez. Get the hell out of here. Hopefully we don't run back into that wizard. We are not getting any of that loot today. Sometimes you just gotta know when to bail. And right now is definitely my time to bail because I do not have any meds left. That was a little ridiculous on the amount of third-partying going on there. I know it's Goblin Caves, and I know it's a higher traffic area, but, like, a little ridiculous. It's the wizard. We're good. How much PvP am I gonna get in this game? Let's send an arrow his way just so he knows he's not welcome here. I wish I had some more health. Okay, this is the mine room right here. This room's a little bit higher traffic. Man, I am not used to the arming sword. I used to be quite good with it back in the day, but I haven't played fighter in too long. Wow, I should not have gotten hit there. That was not good. Okay. Don't have much health left. We want to get out of here. That was not good. Let's see these guys that were trying to attack us here. Oh, that was it. Everyone else left. Okay. I think I got, like, what, triple third-partied there? And I think I was third-partying someone else in the first place. The whole lobby was there. It was everyone. And that just happened, some guys. And I did at least live, but we're not going to earn as much gold on that run as we did the one before, I don't think. We made like 100 from it, and we got some gear items out of it, so that's cool. Definitely not the worst run ever. We'll go ahead and we will re-equip some base gear again. Yeah, that was a little rough, and we got some more perks unlocked. I'm going to use Sword Mastery. Extra 2 weapon damage and 5% action speed is actually huge. And let's run it back on Frost Mountain. Okay, and we're in. So Frost Mountain also seems to me like it gives out items that are a little bit higher tier generally. And then on top of that, the nice thing is with Frost Mountain that you can just leave the game very, very quickly. And this is an elite skeleton, by the way. You can notice elite mobs by them being red. They will attack faster, and they have more health, and they are stronger and deal more damage. So keep an eye out for those. There are also nightmare mobs if you go down into Inferno or into the Ice Abyss, which those have extra attacks, and they are black. So if you're doing that, keep an eye out for those. Those are very dangerous enemies, and I would be very careful of them. This map also, we do want this blue rapier here, by the way. We're just gonna pretend we got a buddy who was gonna use that. Worst case scenario, we could actually sell that to the weaponsmith and get some money for it. Oh, that's bad. I did not notice the skeleton coming up behind me. I should not have aggroed the harpy. This is big on this game. You just want to make certain you aggro one mob at a time. Harpy alone is not hard to dodge. I mean, see, she's dead already, but with all the other mobs, it makes it hard to dodge. We'll go ahead, grab our arrows back. We want to reload. We're going to top up our health again, as I've been saying. Always want to keep your health topped up, and don't worry about buying health pots at the shop if you have to. You can get by with just what you get at the Squire if you're playing very well, but don't feel like you have to. Like, grab more. Because in that last game, I'm a very experienced player. I still ended up leaving because I didn't have health potions. Like, that's what forced me to leave that last game. Falchions are also a fairly good weapon for a fighter, so you could grab those too. And it is a good thing to learn all of the weapons for your character. I already know the weapons, though. I know Arming Sword is generally what I want to go with because it's a little bit faster move speed while you have it out. do believe Falchion does more damage per second than the Arming Sword does, but I prefer the Arming Sword. Easy. Bardiche is also not a bad weapon, especially not on Barbarian, but on Fighter, I would say it's not as good as it is on Barbarian. We get another green longbow. We're going to go ahead and grab that. Why not? And that's part of learning all the weapons and why that's good, because if you just randomly come across a blue weapon, and it is an actually fairly good weapon on your character, then you want to know how to use it, because it's going to be an upgrade for you. Here's another trick as well, by the way. We'll drop our throwing knives here, and we can put that loot in that extra spot there. And it doesn't take up 6 spaces anymore, and we can sell that to the shop later. It is a green item, so we can go ahead and min-max a little bit that way. Right here below us is the Abyss. If you get the clock down past 2:30, you can jump in there, and it will put you into the next layer lower on the map, which has way harder enemies. It has higher tier loot. And that's the Ice Abyss map that I was talking about earlier. Now, on Crypts, it's different to get down to the lower level. You go in the red staircases to descend a layer. And if you're not as experienced with those, they aren't that dangerous. We're going to grab this crossbow as well. They're not that dangerous. Wow, that is a perfect scroll. I was not kidding when I was saying that this map has better loot. Now we're going to go on to phase 2 of our plan here, which is the part where I go ahead. Oh, I need to be going this way anyways, and he broke it open for me. So we're just going to go ahead and run over to the raft because we got plenty of good loot already as far as I see it. So we're going to go ahead and get on out of here. We can drop this and this, I think. Rafts are on the far east and far west side of the map. And I have completely forgotten what I was saying before that. So that's bad, but oh well. And we're just going to run past all the mobs here. We're playing in normals, guys, which means the mobs just aren't that fast. They aren't as fast as you. So you have a fairly easy time just blocking the stuff and all that jazz. The raft is right there. I need to go ahead and catch it very quickly. Hope I make it in time. This guy right here is the extract, guys. I'm going to pop my second win just in case someone jumps on me because it will not even be done by the time I exit the map. And yeah, we didn't fill up 4 slots, but that's why Ice Caves is a little bit better for that, because you could tell, oh yeah, that took not even nearly as long. And let's see how much money we get from that now. 144 just from this, and then we get an exquisite scroll as well. I think, quite frankly, I think Frost Caverns is the way to go for this. So we got about a little over 300 gold from that. Plus, and then let's go over here. Buy gold coin purses. That way your stash doesn't just fill up with the gold coins being loose. So we're just going to go ahead, put these gold coins in there. And yeah, that was 400 gold along with some extra weapons. The rapier we can use as well. And it's legitimately not a bad weapon on Fighter. It's just kind of an odd one to use as him. We also got this wind locket with 1 true magical damage, which would be worth something if you're actually a premium player or if you've got a friend who's a wizard. Wind lockets are like the worst pendant, but 1 true magical damage is worth something no matter what pendant it is. And then we got these light gauntlets. Those are worth something. And let's go sell the loot as well. That's an extra 30 gold right there. Yeah, so that's how you farm gold, guys. I would recommend Frost Cavern. You can, of course, do Crypts or you can do Goblin Caves. Honestly, I would tell you, especially as you're newer, play what you enjoy. Because I find Frost Caverns to be kind of a slog. But it's very good for earning gold. So if you really want to min-max, you can do that. But I'd play whatever map you enjoy. Okay, anyways, though, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please subscribe for more. It means a lot to me.